Welcome to This Week in Nerf, your source for first-party, third-party, and community Nerf news. I'm Adriana, and there were complaints a few weeks ago about the video being short. I can assure you, this will be long. It's time for New York Toy Fair, and we've got a ton of things to talk about in this episode. Toy Fair lasts until Tuesday, so if anything new comes out after we filmed, we'll cover it next week. First up, for a better look at Fortnite blasters and Super Soakers, we're going to go to the resident steampunk nerfer, Spam Man.
Thank you, Addy. I'm Spam the Steampunk Nerfer. Today, IGN released the Nerf 2019 Fortnite Blaster and Super Soaker lineup just prior to Toy Fair. First and foremost, all of the blasters for the Fortnite lineups are doubling your darts. Hasbro very rarely does this for us, but we really like it when it does happen. Really makes the blasters worth it for us. So, the ARL is the new rifle. It is going to retail for about $49.99 USD. It is a flywheeler with a 10-round clip or magazine, whichever you prefer. And it really invokes the old N-Strike aesthetic, which I love. Now, the SP-L is the new silenced pistol. It is a Springer. It is a 3-dart capacity. Will retail for $19.99 USD. And that's basically a lovely little Mega Magnus, only made for elites, which I think is pretty awesome. Now, the micro shots are going to retail for $9.99. You've got 3 different variants. You've got the Llama, the rocket launcher, and the tactical shotgun. These are really just Jolt reskins, so you can pick and choose, but honestly, I think the Llama is pretty cool. I'm probably going to pick it up. Moving on from blasters, we go into the Super Soakers. Starting out, we've got the pistol, which is the HCE. It's going to retail for about $9.99 US. Holds 7.4 ounces of water, which is 218.8 milliliters for you metric types out there. We've got the rocket launcher, which is going to retail for $19.99. Holds 9.3 ounces of water, which is 275 milliliters. That is going to be a pump and spray. So basically, you are going to dip the front end into a pool of water, pull back the handle, and then you'd be able to soak your opponents in glorious wet battle. Then you've got the TS-R, which is the tactical shotgun, and that is going to retail for $20 United States dollars, $19.99. It will have 36 ounces of capacity, which is a full liter, which I think is going to be your best bet. It is going to be a standard pump shotgun style. The ergo looks pretty good. And honestly, I think this is going to be the best bang for your buck out of all the Super Soakers in this lineup. Anyway, stay steamy, my friends, and back to you in the studio, Addy.
Thanks, Spam. That's just enough to whet our appetite for more Toy Fair news. Segway. The Drone Slayer has me super excited. Buff Daddy took this video of Far Out Toys' booth. It's a pretty okay looking blaster with a really fun concept behind it. There are 3 drone types, standing, rolling, and flying, that you must eliminate. And the best part is, when you hit them, they explode. Well, not actually explode, but they fall apart. There's several details I'm unsure about, like how exactly the drones are controlled, what the battery life is like, etc. But if the price is right, I think they could be incorporated into some really cool new game modes at Wars, if not just a very interesting form of target practice at home. This footage of the Zax also comes from Buff Daddy at the Zing booth. I think it looks really fun for target practice and goofing around, but I have doubts it'll be allowed at Wars. Everything appears really soft and padded, but there's a mighty thunk when it hits the wall. New Zingbows are also coming from Zing, and while they look really cool, will most certainly remain banned at most events. Coming from Jakks Pacific, the Sheet Storm is such a funny name and works perfectly for this funny blaster. It's the successor to the also funny but difficult to use Skid Shot. You load a roll of toilet paper onto the blaster and it creates a more hygienic version of a spitball to splatter on your friends. This version has you pump the handle to prime and pull the trigger to shoot. And I really hope that the Sheet Storm will be allowed at our Wars, because for $40 I am totally buying one. Zuru X-Shot had some rival-style blasters at their booth. The Chaos looks to be very similar to a Chronos, both being top prime internal mag pistols, but this one is 12 shots and will retail for $12.99. There is also a rifle-style blaster called the Orbit that will have 24 shots and go for $19.99. They'll also be releasing 50 and 100 round ammo packs, so we'll have even more ammo options for rival-style blasters. Andrew Lizweski posted a photo of a Nerf-branded dart sweeper on Instagram. Using the darts for scale, it looks really small, and I wouldn't be surprised if it only works on hard surfaces. If I were to get one, my first upgrade would definitely be the size of that tiny basket. Hopefully this works outdoors on grass and dirt, but if not, I'm sure many indoor clubs will be using this and saving their backs. Now we're going to go to Drac, who's at the Nerf booth, to give us his first impressions of the newest blasters coming from Hasbro.
Alright guys, we're here at Hasbro Toy Fair and we wanted to take a quick look at the Titan, and true to form, it's actually seriously huge. Like, I am not a particularly short person, and this is taking up a decent span of my wingspan. Like, it is a behemoth. It is very cool. So tap on, tap off, gets our spinning going up here. Very interesting, because it can be a Gatling gun if it doesn't spin. And then I don't know anything about the rate of fire, but the drum is very exciting. Let's see if we can unload all 50 rounds uninterrupted, and then I guess we'll clock it and we'll see how long that takes. So, Titan Test Mark 1. Rate of fire is pretty standard for an Infinis-esque sort of modern elite blaster. Not quite hyper fire fast, but not quite hyper fire sized either. So that was all 50 darts, absolutely no jams, which means that the drum should be able to keep up with whatever we throw at it, and I think this is pretty sweet. So we've got the prototype Perseus. This is compact rival performance. It looks like a carbon copy of Prometheus internals. It's very exciting. I found this funky, almost charging handle over here. So you pop out the entire 50 round hopper, ultra thin hopper, really cool in here. Obviously with all the locks, we can't check any of this, but once we pop it back home, we've already got rev happening. Now this one is of course Team Correct, which is very exciting. The battery should be removable. You've got lots of ports and controls down here, but what's cool about it is this rate of fire just can't be faked. So we'll rev it up. And that's pretty serious. I think you can empty it completely in under 5 or 6 seconds there, shooting just as hard as a Prometheus, just as fast, but ultra compact, would be very easy to dual wield. Just a really sleek design, almost Mass Effect-esque in the profile. Unreal. Absolutely love the lights and sounds on the Revolvinator, but I have something interesting to tell you. When we all saw this, we assumed it was going to be some sort of Demolisher-esque, Rapid Strike-esque, full auto monstrosity out of Zombie Strike, and very fairly priced to boot. I have to report to you, and we'll get a full performance demo tomorrow, but that's 1 dart per trigger pull. This is a semi-auto behemoth. Find out more tomorrow.
Thanks, Drac. Be sure to check his channel frequently over the next couple of days for more information on all of the new blasters. But going back to the Titan for a second, while it is cooler and bigger than I expected it to be, what I think everyone is more excited for is the 50 round drum. We found an image with a closer look at how they achieved this. The serpentine path of the darts is an interesting solution. The drive side of the drum appears to be the same type of mechanism as the 35 round drum, so we are crossing our fingers that it uses the same spring and that our spring will be long enough to make that upgrade. We received a rare look inside Hasbro this week thanks to call transcripts posted online. Thanks Buff Daddy for the heads up on this one. The earnings call talked about quite a few things and noted that Nerf sales were down, which Hasbro was mainly attributing to the bankruptcy of Toys R Us. The quote we found most interesting was, quote, "And we're going to show some, but not all of it at Toy Fair, because again, we feel that a lot of competitors are using our insights and innovations to create their products." End quote. This has us curious as to whether there's more at play behind the Edge line of blasters than just reshelling the core functionality of the Chronos. My guess is that he's referring to the 30 round drum. This also shows that Hasbro is cognizant of competitors using their innovations, which means we can most certainly say that the change in the rival mags we saw last month was targeted at competition using Hasbro's designs to further sales of their blasters. It will definitely be interesting to see what Hasbro has up its sleeves to try and stifle the other brands. Hopefully this means new and interesting products, so our community as a whole will benefit. Possibly as a way to help them rebound from the lower Nerf sales, Hasbro has introduced a new website and premium subscription service. HasbroPulse.com will serve as a way to purchase Hasbro toys directly, and in some cases pre-order products as well. The subscription side of things is Hasbro Pulse Premium, which gives you free shipping for a year, access to exclusive discounts and sales, as well as other perks throughout the year at select fan conventions and more. We're not sure what other perks they might be talking about or how good those sales and discounts will be. We'll have to wait and see if it's actually worth the $50 price tag, but the good news here is if you make any purchase between now and the 23rd of February, you will automatically receive premium for the rest of the year. We went ahead and pre-ordered the Fortnite Llama Microshot, and it gave us free shipping. Hopefully this will be something useful to our community and not just a cash grab for Hasbro to boost Q1 sales figures. Unfortunately for international Nerf fans, this appears to be a US only service. Say its name 3 times and it appears! No, not Beetlejuice. Toys R Us. It's back from the dead with a new face and a new name, True Kids. The new store is headed by Toys R Us's previous Global Chief Merchandising Officer, Richard Berry, and many other execs also have history with Toys R Us. The new brand appears to be cognizant of the major failure of Toys R Us, which was its inability to adapt to changing technology when most people began to buy online instead of through specialty toy stores. We'll see soon if they'll actually be able to bring back a bankrupt brand with old blood. Mod of the Week comes from TK1138. This is a minimized Rapid Strike Centurion integration with a Nintendo theme. The integrated ammo counter is a really nice touch. Love the paint, love the theme, love how clean it is. Great work, TK. Now get back on the field and yell at some people. But we love you, please don't yell at us. The video of the week is from Gyroscope, playing with the Southern Maryland House of Nerf. Smooth video, very well edited, and we get a nice peek at some day of maintenance since he was having some struggles with his Rapid Strike. Everyone really seemed to be enjoying themselves, and boy are they lucky to have an indoor venue this time of year. Brrr. Are we done? Whew. Links to anything and everything we talked about are in the description. Huge thanks to Spam, Drac, and Buff Daddy. If you want more Toy Fair news as it happens, check up on BlasterHub.com and Drac's channel through the week. Like, sub, blah blah blah. See you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. I did it.